Good evening, everyone. This is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper. It is September 24th, 2023. And just want to make a video of some of the crazy stuff the government wants to do this week. Some of the stuff that I don't feel is right. Anyway, Joe Biden needs $33 billion more dollars for Ukraine. I wonder what the people of Maui think of that. You know, I hear about commercials on how kids are going hungry, which I know is true. But I'm sure the kids in the Ukraine school don't have a problem with their hot lunch program. I'm sure they got plenty of money for their food. I mean, we're supplying the retirement funds, plus all the weapons, and just it's going to cause nothing but World War III, and we're paying for it. I mean, I cannot believe this is going on. I remember when George Bush went in front of Congress to ask for $50 billion for the Iraq War. $50 billion. Really? Anybody remember what happened in that big fiasco? I mean, he got his money. And then Trump asked for $5 billion to build a wall. Oh no, we ain't got money for that. $33 billion. I don't even know what it's up to. I mean, he sits there and gives $2 billion here, $1 billion there, a few $100 million here. I mean, we don't even know. And then, like I say, a lot of it's, I'm sure, it's get laundered. I mean, you can't throw that much money in one area and not somebody take advantage of it, you might say. I mean, we all know how honest all these people that are dealing with it. I remember when Senator Ron Paul, with the first $40 billion package, remember that? Wanted oversight on the spending, and he wasn't allowed to have it. I wonder why. Over a year later, I wonder why. How much money is thrown into that pit? Ukraine can't win. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think the U.S. can win against Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. I mean, I think over the years, America's head's got a little big and our ego's a little big. And we're, not the strong man on the block anymore. And look what our military is full of. People that don't even know what they got between their legs. I can't even imagine what the hospital on a base looks like now. They probably got a whole wing for people that want transgender surgeries. I mean, when I was in, if a man would have showed up in a woman's uniform for an inspection, he'd got arrested. He would have been punished severely. Not no more. Now it's encouraged. There's no way I can handle being in the military now. I'd get kicked out for being too hard. You're just being hard on the guys trying to save their life, or when they get in a real mess, they know how to get out of it. But hey, you got to be soft on them. Okay, well, softies, when you got to go against the Russians and the Chinese and the North Koreans and the Iranians that are tough, the Germans were technologically advanced over the Russians. But look who won that. The guy on the ground that could get in that foxhole in all sorts of misery and do his job. That's who won it, not the guys in tanks. Well, that's one problem. And then they're still ramping up this COVID-19. Oh, when you get your flu shot, you can get your COVID shot. How many shots does somebody need? How about instead of going to the doctor and sitting in that office waiting room for 2 hours and then sitting in the doctor's the little exam room for an hour and then paying all that money, boy, I got a solution. Get a gym membership and be true to it. You'd be surprised how much money you save, how much better you feel and stuff. And you're not going to need a mask. I mean, if you're afraid of it, go get the shot, wear a mask, do all the safety precautions. You are covered. I'm risking my life. I'm not risking yours. And I'm pretty sure my immune system can take care of it just fine. I'm not too afraid. But like I say, I will never play a game of Simon Says with the government. They're lost. And one thing I want to go into about the federal government intruding on states. They want everybody the same. They want everybody thinking the same. They want all the states thinking the same. You know, it starts in school where, oh my God, this kid's a little rambunctious. Instead of me being a teacher, let's just throw him on pills so everybody can think the same. I thought we were a country of individuals, individual thinking. I mean, this group thing ain't working because they all want you to belong to the wrong group. So, I mean, I don't know why all this is happening. And then the thing about this happening, I see it on the news. It doesn't really affect me. I am not owing to anybody. I don't need nothing from anybody. I put in a hard day's work and I make plenty of money to support me. You know, I'd just soon go on the barter system because I'm sick of dealing with the devil's paper. Say once once our money's worthless, what's just coming? Do you realize two big problems that are going to be taken care of immediately when our dollar's worth nothing? Illegal immigration, they'll all go home, especially when the peso's worth more than the dollar. And all these scammers, because nobody's going to want the dollar bill. Two big problems taken care of. And it's coming. Like you say, where are they going to pull this $33 billion out that they're going to sit there out of their, out of the printing presses. Just water down our money some more. This stuff has got to end. It's got to end. I wish we could all just get together and defund this monster we created. I mean, you know, Joe goes ask the Congress for $33 billion, whatever they're going to send over there. You know they're going to send some. I thought I remember the Republicans saying if we win the House, no more money for Ukraine. Well, we'll see how that happens. Because the Republicans are just dirty making money at it as the Democrats are. Like I say, when the truth comes out, and it's going to, this can't go on forever. But, you know, I just feel sorry for everybody that's got to go through this. You're not strong enough to get yourself out of your pity, out of your despair, because it'll mess up your life too much for a little bit. So what if you have to sit there? Let's say you had to live a year in restructuring your life to get away from being needy on anybody, learning skills so you can become completely independent. I mean, would you sacrifice a year of your life so you could have 50 great years after that? I think that's a pretty good trade-off. Or are you going to stay in this culture they're trying to create? I mean, you realize 9,000, and this is government numbers, 9,000 illegals a day coming through. That's another thing we're paying for, too. You know, just here's some money, here's a plane ticket. Where you want to go? 9,000. So let's just round it up to 15,000 because it's probably closer to that. So think of a town around you, a city, because where I would come from, that would be a huge city of 15,000 people. Imagine one of those towns, cities, coming into the United States every single day. There's no way this can go on too much longer. I mean, when people in New York are getting pissed because they wanted them there, and then they came, and then every liberal has to experience it before they realize what the practical way of doing something is, okay? But when they're sitting there protesting this stuff, and you're right, our minorities should definitely be complaining. I mean, when an illegal immigrant has more, they can do anything. And our minorities are shoved aside. Well, frankly saying, a lot of you guys wanted this. That's what's happening. 9,000. Let's stick with, I'm going to say 15,000 a day, illegally. That's crazy time. And we're all paying for it. That's got to end. I mean, I don't know how people could do it. My boss tried to give me a raise the other day. I refused it. I won't take no more money. I'm not going to take more money, so me and him have to pay more tax to the federal government so we can sit there and kill Russians and give Zelensky nice, lavish vacations. What a piece of shit he is. Little beta male hiding behind the U.S. and NATO. Really? Well, I guess basically every leader in the West is a beta male. That's another thing, alphas and your sigma males. We're being led by the lesser of the bulls in the herd. And we're all animals. And an alpha male knows what I'm talking about. So, anyway, that's just my thoughts on this week. You know, there's lots of other things that have gone on. Crazier by the day. Spending money like they found the end of the rainbow and they're just pulling money out of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Does anybody honestly believe that? It's getting watered down so bad. I mean, I take my money, what I have left, I go buy something that's worth something. If they're still willing to accept that green piece of paper for something that's worth something, hey, I'll give it to you all day long. I don't need that. I need something that's worth something. If somebody wants to teach me a skill, hey, that's more important than that green piece of paper. All these people that got hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars of that green piece of paper. Sure hope you got a big fireplace to keep you warm. That's all it's going to be worth after either the country don't exist anymore or they go to the digital dollar. I mean, whatever. Our country's going to go down. It's done. It's toast. It's on its last legs. Prepare. Learn skills. Learn how to survive. There's still got to be good people to rebuild what they've destroyed after they're all gone. Learn anything you can. Books. Get that old man. I mean, especially farming and ranching. Boy, they have so many secrets on how to look at an animal or a crop or the soil that we don't know anymore because it's all high tech. High tech. Makes us dumber, okay? We're losing the wisdom that our forefathers once had. So, skills. Get to where you can survive. Like say, I live and work in my bug out location. I got it made. The only thing that would affect me would be nuclear war, which I hope they would never be stupid enough to start. But you never know in today's world. These people are not acting sane, you might say. Our enemies are acting sane. That's a sad part. I'm glad they have control because we don't. So that's all I got to say. This Lomo Prepper out.